Happy Saturday, everyone. It's the first Saturday in October. Certainly felt a little bit cooler this morning, but temperatures sure did warm up this afternoon. Lows this morning dropped to 53 in Charlotte, now upper 70s and low 80s. But a really fantastic view here with some blue skies, but notice some clouds mixing in. A lot of these high level clouds will allow for a vibrant sunrise and sunset, so look out for that. And in fact, tomorrow night is going to be our last sunset at or earlier than 7 p.m. Of course, until the spring when we start to spring forward. Carolina Sin is playing this evening. You can see 7 o'clock kickoff there. Partly cloudy, mid 70s. We will start to see clouds and increasing humidity heading into the overnight hours. But again, temperatures still are expected to be more mild than we have been. 52, 53 respectively. Tonight we're looking like 59. So again, not quite as cool, but still not too shabby. High pressure just off the coast here of the Carolinas, keeping us a little bit drier here in Charlotte. But notice places like Charleston down towards Savannah seeing a little bit more rain action. Whereas yesterday we had north to northeasterly wind. This is coming more so easterly, which is one of the reasons why we are starting to see an uptick in humidity. Think about where air masses come from. Sometimes, of course, north-northeast. We know it's cooler and drier. And a lot of times when we talk about the south to southwesterly wind, it's because it's going to feel stickier. Well, East Coast is kind of the same thing, right? If it's coming from the ocean and the ocean temperatures are warmer than us, oftentimes that can result in slightly higher humidity. With that being said, I think we have another round that is of patchy fog potential up in the mountains and foothills overnight, similar to what we had Saturday morning. Mostly dry in Charlotte on Sunday with a few more clouds. And then we will have a brief opportunity for rain Monday afternoon, but I'm still keeping it at about 20%, if not less, before more rounds of rain possible Tuesday, Wednesday, and beyond. Just wanted to show you that futurecast doesn't feature a ton of rain. Panthers, of course, are at home 1 o'clock there on Sunday. You can see temperatures upper 70s, low 80s. A little bit of a feels like factor because of the humidity, but again, thankfully, we're not dealing with the 90s. I think we're all excited about that. Of course, the Roval 400 also happening, low 80s on Sunday. We will start to, of course, look at a slight increase there in what it feels like outside if you're going to be in the sun for multiple hours. So think tailgating for the Roval or Bank of America Stadium. When you spend about 1 to 2 hours in the direct sunshine, it can add about 5 degrees to your feels like. Anything above 2 hours is closer to 10 to 15. So again, when you look at the air temperature, if you know you're going to be outside in the direct sunshine, you have to tack on a few more degrees. Dew points are still relatively comfortable with that dew point right near 60 degrees. So right on the cusp there on Sunday, but starting to increase Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday ahead of our next opportunity to see rain here in the Charlotte area. So we have an approaching cold front, and while models are still a little bit split on what time this cold front is going to arrive, I'm going to start to expect, right? I want people to prepare for the potential of rain as early as about lunchtime on Wednesday, mostly into Wednesday night and very early Thursday morning. Eventually, that storm system will pass to our south. I do think we'll have a few more clouds, still in about a 20% chance of rain on Friday, but then that all pushes out, allowing for a really nice weekend. So I know that sometimes when you have that rain, again, you have outdoor plans. There's a big concert at PNC Music Pavilion on Wednesday. I don't expect it to be a planned ruiner. We will likely see a small chance again for some shower and storm activity midday, and then most of that is just showers by the evening, which shouldn't impact, of course, those outdoor plans when it comes to lightning. Of course, rain, a different story, but make sure right now, if you're planning to be outside at any point Wednesday afternoon, evening, or even Thursday morning, plan in your head now that we could have some chances for rain. In the tropics, a quick update for you. We're still watching a teeny tiny little area of low pressure in the Gulf, but as of right now, no chance of tropical development. 60%. We're up a little bit there for our chance of development with a new area of investigation on the eastern side of the Atlantic Basin. But again, tons of time to watch it. Not something I'm worried about right now. Next storm name on the list is Jerry, and then eventually Kara. Now that we are in October, I do want to note that oftentimes October's chance of development regions, right? We call it main development region, is basically where a storm is most likely to form. Often that shifts more so to the Western Caribbean and the Gulf. So while there's nothing expected to form anytime soon, those are areas that our team will especially be keeping a close eye on, just because, again, those are what we call main development regions for this time of year. In the long range forecast, things are expected to stay warmer than average. So our average high for today, October 4th, is 78. So again, warmer than average could be anything 79 or higher. I would anticipate a warmer than average at least through the middle part of October, but eventually Hopefully, we'll get a little bit cooler heading closer to Halloween weekend. Now, here's your Dairy Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast. Again, you can see 80s tomorrow, a few more clouds, small chance of rain on Monday. There's that opportunity for some showers and thunderstorms Wednesday afternoon and evening. And then we're much cooler and much drier by Thursday and Friday. Still some clouds to watch, but look at the extended forecast. Next weekend, although this weekend was pretty nice, next weekend we're looking at mid-50s in the morning, mid-70s in the afternoon. So if you thought this weekend was a little bit more fall-like, get ready for next. It could be even better.